Now in today's video, I'm going to show you why women only want men who do not want them. Okay, and this is going to be in their deep nature and in their deep hardwiring, which means you can't fight this and you can't change this. Okay, this is how women are hardwired. So that means I also don't want anybody in the comment section being spiteful at women for this, because they genuinely can't help it, because this is a woman's nature, especially when a man cares for a woman and when a man likes a woman. So what I'm going to be showing you step by step today is how to make sure that you are at the advantage and you can overcome these issues 24/7. Now, the second that you become emotionally attached at even the slightest degree is the second that you're counting down to the end of that relationship or that interaction with women. So like I tell you on every video, these things are very important. Watch this video end to end. Now today I'm going to show you step by step why women want guys only who don't want them. Okay, now this is going to be a bit of a longer presentation, but those of you who tell yourself you don't have 15-20 minutes to sit through this, you are the exact guys who you're going to be dating a girl for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, and then wondering why your girl left you or why she pulled back. These things are drastically important because guys make these mistakes at any age, any height, any income level, and even guys who are quote unquote high value, which means you have to internalize these things. So I'm going to show you specifically why women chase, pursue, and validate only the men who deep down don't want them and deep down don't care about them. So here's what you have to understand about interactions, okay? The initial interactions when you first meet a woman, this is very important to comprehend because a woman's brain is polar opposite to yours. The way you feel attraction, the way you perceive attraction, the way you perceive sexual desire even, is not the same way that she does. Which means what you need to do going into any date, any relationship with a woman, especially if you view her as a 9 or a 10, like here's what you gotta know. The hotter the woman, like the more your attraction level is to her of what your ideal type is, the more drastically you're going to find yourself in certain nuances making mistakes that you wouldn't do. So what I need you to understand is you need to lengthen the time frame. That means women equal slow, a slow turn dial knob for how her attraction works. When I'm talking slowly you pursue a woman in the beginning, slowly you raise a woman's buy-in temperature and investment towards you, and I'm not just talking about sexually, I'm talking about getting her to like you. We're talking 2 to 3 months, okay, of consistent dates and interactions and talking to the woman is considered the initial interactions and the initial approach with a woman. A woman's time frame is a long time horizon. For a woman's feelings to raise towards you, this takes multiple weeks and even a couple months in a row. So when you're with a woman, you need to lengthen the time frame. When you're with a woman that you find attractive, you take things slowly. The quickest way to start to have things fizzle out is you over pursue. So the motto that I live by is the hotter the flame, okay, the shorter the burn. The hotter that flame gets for you being attracted to her, even if the sex is super great, the hotter that flame, the shorter the burn, and it fizzles out quickly. So the reason why I'm telling you this and why this is so important to comprehend this greater concept is because women need time to like you. Now, when I say women need time to like you, I emphasize this because this has nothing to do with if she views you as sexually attractive or not. This is her liking you as an individual. That means women fall in love with the internal guts of a man. So those of you meet a woman, she has high interest, you guys are texting every day, you're setting 1 to 2 dates a week, you're like, oh my God, this is great. Okay, calm your ass down because you need time. Time to build her investment and her buy-in temperature towards you as an individual. I'm not just talking about sexually. They can be sexually attracted to you without liking you. This is what you have to understand. Women can be very sexually attracted to you and potentially even sleep with you without her even liking you a whole hell of a lot or having any investment into you. This is opposite of men. So we like the women that we're attracted to. And men oftentimes are quick decision makers. We know our type, okay, we know the types of women that we like, we know the type of women, how that we want, like the interest in how they look. We understand that beauty plays a big factor in that. Women are the total opposite. So this is what you have to know going into this, okay? In the beginning, okay, you as a man will be in the weaker position because you are pursuing. You are naturally going to be in the weaker or the submissive position when you're with a woman because you're the one pursuing that interaction. You're pursuing her for dates. You're setting dates up. You're texting her. You're reaching out maybe 1 to 2 times a week. Okay, in the beginning, she has the upper hand. Here's what you have to know and what you have to understand. Just because you're pursuing her, you're getting to know her. Since women fall in love with the internal guts of a man, with how he is actually wired and how he makes her feel on a long-term time horizon, you got to understand this. Just because you're setting dates and you're going out with her, she has no idea, okay, if you like her. Keep that in mind. A woman at this point, she has no idea if you like her at this point in the interaction. Just because you guys are getting to know each other, she might think, hey, he's sexually interested in me, or she might think, hey, he views me as an attractive option, but I don't know if this guy likes me or not, because that's what you gotta remember. Women are only viewing it through the lens that they know. So here's what I can tell you. You may see her, you may set dates, you may even sleep with her at this point within the first week or two. Here's what you gotta know though. They only see the world through their lens, which means since she perceives attraction as liking the guy as she gets to know him or not, this is the only way that she knows how to view it. So just because you're seeing her, just because you're reaching out to her, just because you guys set a few dates and you guys start to see each other for 2 to 3 months, she's still at this point, if you're not over pursuing, you're not over validating, you're not complimenting, she has no idea if you actually like her deep down on a human to human level or not. This is crucial to understand because you are not going to be able to get a woman attached, obsessed with you, or even like you in the long term unless you can understand that at this point, just because you guys see each other, she doesn't even know if you like her or not. So, what am I getting at? Okay, as time builds with a woman and you keep seeing her, you keep investing in her, you guys keep continuously going on dates and seeing each other, women will reject the men over time who want them. Now, when I'm talking about wanting them, I'm not just talking about wanting to see them occasionally or a void filler as something where like you have nothing to do, she has nothing to do, you guys kick it. I'm talking about women reject the men who deep down want them, who deep down care about them. The men who get attached to a woman, that is the countdown to the end of the relationship because now at this point, she's starting to sense emotional weakness. So you might be sitting back wondering, you're like, well, Casey, I'm on my purpose. Casey, I'm making money. Casey, I'm in the gym. What does a woman actually view as a high value man? Like, what is a high value man to a woman? Because it's polar opposite of the superficial things that you've probably been told, such as looks, money, status, height, all of that stuff. Those things are good attraction metrics to get your foot in the door. But like I bring it back to my original point, women fall in love with the internal guts of a man, your masculine frame, and if she can view you as higher value than her in the framing of the sexual market value purely. So what does that mean? What does a woman view as a true high value man? Well, first off, okay, a high value man does not get emotionally attached. The second you become emotionally attached to a woman, this is the kiss of death and the end of the relationship. And the reason being is because you can't walk away. There's nothing that there's nothing that a woman despises more than a man who is emotionally attached, emotionally invested, and clinging on to her. If this is you in any way, shape, or form, this is the kiss of death, and she's going to be seeking a new, bigger, badder, stronger dick to hop onto very, very soon. Reason being, if you are emotionally attached, she senses scarcity. Scarcity equals no ass for you. Scarcity also equals your sexual market value is now revealed. If your sexual market value is now revealed, she might get a sense that says, hey, you're not used to a woman of my beauty or of my caliber very often. Since you're not used to a woman of my beauty or my caliber very often, I'm going to remove myself from you because now I see you don't have options at my level. If you don't have options at my level, you're not as high value as I thought you were. If you're not as high value as I thought you were, if your time is so accessible, if you want to see me all the time, you must not be that great to begin with. This is how a woman's brain works. The second you get emotionally attached, your sexual market value is revealed, she starts to get a sense that this is not an everyday common occurrence for you to get a woman at her level. She starts to remove herself. Scarcity equals your sexual market value is removed. So, this is the first aspect of a high value man. Notice, I didn't say jack shit. I didn't say fuck all about height, income, your bench press, none of that bullshit. Nothing. This is it. If you want to see a woman consistently, if you have a hot woman that you want to consistently see for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, potentially date one day, you're going to have to start to reverse the roles where she chases and pursues your validation and approval specifically by not needing her. So this is first. This is the first element of what a woman views as a high value man. What's the second? The second is going to be limited time to see her. You see, a guy who's high value is booked up. And that doesn't mean you have to be artificially booked up. Okay, what I mean by artificially booked up is, I'm working from 9 to 5 and then I'm going to the gym and then I have to do laundry around the house so I can't see you. Okay, that is potentially artificially booked up. Artificially booked up means you have outside influences in your life that make it so you can't see her on purpose. However, there's another level to this. A high value man has limited time to see her because maybe she's not a priority. Maybe you would rather hang out with your brother, your sister, your friends. Maybe you would rather go play darts at a bar. Like, it doesn't matter what the case is. If you are saying no to rejecting her, to potentially seeing her, or your time is not consistently available, she might say you're an asshole. She might say, I don't know where I stand with this guy. She might say, what a heartless prick. But one thing she will not say is, I don't like him or I don't want to keep seeing him. She is going to want to fight tooth and nail for more of your time. So limited time to see her is the second element of a high value man, and here's why. What it says to her when you have limited time is you're not a priority. And what happens is she needs to actually work to see you. She needs to work to see you to gain her approval. It's like her ego doesn't want to take a hit. She wants the validation from that man. She wants to be able to look at him and say, damn, he must be higher value than me because he's not ready and willing to see me. He must have a social life of abundance or even access to women at this caliber that I am at. Therefore, he'd rather occupy his time with other people. This is crucial. A time element is so important. This time element of you pushing a woman back or rejecting her just a little bit, this turmoil back and forth of her not knowing where you stand is what keeps her fucking in love. This is the thing back and forth where she sits up at night and wonders, does he like me? Does he doesn't? Does he not? He only texted me once yesterday or the day before. I haven't heard from him today. Like, I've seen women, they will pursue a guy for years in a row, hoping to gain that commitment and hoping to gain that validation of being good enough in the eyes of that specific man that they want. There's women who will consistently chase a guy for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, even years down the road to hopefully one day be looked at as his girl. This is this is vitally important to comprehend. What that means is, let's say you have a millionaire right here versus a guy who makes $50K a year. The millionaire on paper is a better fit. It's going to be easier for this guy to get the date. But guess what? If he shows up every day with the vibe and with the attitude and with the text messages and with the willingness to set dates that says, hey, I really like you. Hey, I'm really wanting to see you. Hey, I'm really vested in this because I like you as an individual. This guy's going to get rejected quicker than the guy who makes, let's say, 50 grand a year. But guess what? He's out living a social life of abundance. He might be doing whatever the hell he wants with his friends at any time. He might be seeing other women. This guy right here says, I don't need your approval. I don't even care if I see this girl or not. This guy right here is going to be looked at as higher value. So you have to understand what masculine frame is to begin with. This is a frame around who you are and your time as an individual with how accessible you are. And the reason why this is so important is because I see guys who are quote unquote high value on paper make these same mistakes. The second that guy, basically through his sub-communication, the way he looks at her, the way he kisses her, the way his speech is, the way that he constantly touches her for maybe validation and tries to hold her hand, things of that nature fuck a guy up. And then what's going to happen is she's going to get once again, your sexual market value is revealed. Second that sexual market value is revealed, you get hit with the pullback. The second that you have the vibe and the attitude that says, hey, I'm sold on you, I like you, I want you, this is the countdown once again to the end of the relationship at any age, any height, any income level. So the third element of a high value man, subconsciously through your actions or through your words, basically says she isn't a priority. The second that she's not a priority, if she is not a priority, you have to write this down. Hypergamy is now satisfied. What is hypergamy? Hypergamy means that a woman wants to date up. When I say date or marry up or be with a man who's above her, that does not mean that you're above her on paper, meaning she makes 50K a year and you make 100, therefore you're good to go. Hypergamy is a feeling. She won't even be able to articulate this. She's not even going to be able to tell you why she does or does not like him. She's just going to say, I don't feel the same way anymore. Or she's going to say, I don't really look at him the same way anymore. Or maybe he was alpha at one point where she's like, man, I really want this guy's approval through his actions, his sub-communication, his voice pitch, his nuances. He became weak in her eyes. That shifted that transformation of how she views him. All of a sudden, she doesn't like him. If a woman is not a priority, despite you seeing her for a couple months, and you guys actively, continuously seeing each other where she can see this guy isn't clingy, this guy isn't trying to put me into a relationship, this guy doesn't really care if he sees me or not, since she isn't a priority, hypergamy is now satisfied. This is important to learn and important to understand because those of you with the logical male mindset that I know you have, because men are builders, okay, men like to see ROI, return on investment of their time. This is the hardest thing for you to comprehend and for most guys to fucking understand as a guy, because what happens to men is you like to see output, you like to see return on the things you put your time, money, and attention into. If you go and you build your body for 5 years in the gym, you want to see that output back. You spend 6 months working on a new pitch for your business or a new product angle that you're trying to push, you want to see return back for that. You want to see output for the time that you put in. Women don't work like that. The more you put into them, the more they see you're willing to invest, the higher a priority that she senses that she is naturally by not doing a whole hell of a lot for you, the less hypergamy satisfied, And now all of a sudden what's going to happen is she's going to remove herself from you. You are going to have to fight your natural male intuition and your natural male hardwiring to probably want to put time, attention, and investment into an attractive woman due to the fact that you're not going to get the same reciprocation behavior out of it that you're expecting in the beginning. So now that we cleared this up, this is what a high value man is. What do you have to do? What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to become the masculine asshole that women crave. There is absolutely no way around this. And that's why after this video is over, you go down below, you check out the MBT Masculine Behavioral Technique webinar, because I'm gonna go at this at an even deeper level. But for now, here's what you gotta understand. You have to become the masculine asshole that women crave. Women crave assholes, players, bad boys, all that shit, whatever framing you wanna put around it, I don't care. You have to become this. There is no way around it. Once again, I'm gonna say this again, there's no way around it. There's no texting lines, there's no pickup artist scripts, there's none of this bullshit that will fill this gap that she's looking for to actually gain the attention, the approval, and look up to a man that she classifies as alpha and a stud. You will have to become the masculine asshole women crave. So here's what I can tell you. When a woman sees that after 2 to 4 months, at the 2 to 4 month mark of consistently seeing you, maybe even sleeping with you, and keep in mind, this has nothing to do with sex even. This is a psychological framing of her wanting to respect you or not. One of the mindsets I'm trying to get you guys out of is that sex actually means something. Sex doesn't mean much to most of these women. What they really want is they want to make sure they gain the validation and the attention from a man that they can look up to. Which means if I can shift everybody on this channel to stop playing the game for sleeping with women and you start to play the game for respect, you say, I don't want a woman's sex, I want a woman's loyalty, love, and respect. I want her to respect me. This is how you get the types of relationships that you're looking. You need her respect. If she does not respect you, she will not follow your lead, she will not submit to you, and she will not like you in any way, shape, or form. After the 2 to 4 month mark of consistently seeing you without a relationship, here's what happens. Number one, she is probably attached. She's probably even slightly obsessed. Think about that. That means when your name and phone number pops through on her phone with that text message, she gets a hit of dopamine because she doesn't know when the next time she gets to see you is or not. This is important. Truthfully, at this point, seeing you for 2 to 4 months without being in a relationship or even knowing where she stands, she 100% at this point views you as alpha. You have to take this in at a deep level because, not wanting a woman, write this down on a sheet of paper if you have to. Not wanting a woman is the ultimate sign of pure high value. And this is the only way they can look up to you. You see, when she has these thoughts going through her head, and this is why I'm gonna drive it back to this first 2 to 3 month mark and you need to lengthen your time frame. When she has these thoughts going through her head, such as, he doesn't return texts like he did that first 2 to 3 months. He doesn't really call or set dates like he used to, right? He must not even like me. She might think that you maybe are sexually attracted to her. She might think you think that she's beautiful, but she's sitting there, she's going, does he like me as an individual? Does he like my personality? Does he like the things I do for him? Am I not there for him enough? Am I not trying enough? Here's what happens. She fights harder for your approval. This is where you're gonna see a woman now, she starts to try to cook for you. Maybe she's helping you do laundry and help cleaning your house. I've had women even in the past bring me gifts randomly. I've been working from my home. I've had them grab food or pick up food at some spot, ring my doorbell, set it there and leave. And then they'll text and they'll say, have a great day. This is what happens is they fight for your approval even harder. The reason why I'm telling you this is because she wants that validation of you liking her, not just liking her beauty. And that's why, to tie this point together, this is why, men who don't fall weak to a woman's sex or beauty are the strongest to her. She has to qualify to him. So I'm gonna read that one more time. I know you can't see it at the bottom of the whiteboard, but this is why men who don't fall weak to a woman's sex or beauty are the strongest in her eyes, because she now has to qualify to him. This is why I'm telling you, if most of you guys could calm your ass down, understand that I don't care how beautiful the woman is, I don't care how hot the woman is. If you look at this and you say, hey, this first 2 to 3 months of getting to know a woman is the initial point where you are warming her up. You are getting her to like you. This is how you reverse the roles, where now all of a sudden, instead of you being in the weaker, submissive position pursuing, she starts to form that attachment towards you. She starts to fall in love with your personality. This is where you reverse the roles, and now she's wondering where you stand with her, which is why I'm driving it back to this initial point, She has no idea if you like her or not because she only sees the world through her lens. And since she only sees the world through her lens, since she needs a few months to know if she likes you, she's obviously going into these initial dates and these initial interactions that you have the same lens as her, wondering if you like her. Which means just because you guys are seeing each other, a lot of you think that that means validation to a woman where she knows where you stand. She has no idea that attraction to you is a lot quicker. Most women have no idea that men can make a split decision if they really like the woman or if they don't. And that whole get to know you phase, that is where a woman falls in love. So this 2 to 3 months initial, this is like the most important thing you can do. Lengthen your time frame. The second you're in a hurry with a woman to get to know her, the second you display any form of urgency to continuously need to keep setting up dates, this is where you're gonna get completely screwed. If you take 3 to 7 days to call back, that's fine. If you take 1 to 2 weeks after getting the phone number to set up your first date with her, completely fine. Where guys move wrong is they go quickly at a pace that implies urgency. That urgency implies to a woman that you're probably desperate for options, which means you need her, and that is a countdown to what she views as you being emotionally attached and the end of that relationship. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment and subscribe. I know that this was very, very deep, but this is why women want guys who don't want them. We'll see you in the next one.